What if the happiest headline of the year arrived without warning and changed everything we thought we knew? In a moment that has sent shockwaves of joy, disbelief, and overwhelming emotion across the entertainment world, reports are exploding with one astonishing claim. Kai and Tan Songyun have welcomed their first baby. No countdown. No carefully staged announcement. Just a revelation so powerful it feels almost unreal. And the question on everyone's lips is simple, yet profound. When did this story begin, and how did it remain hidden for so long? Right now, right before the next revelation, is your chance to stay connected. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss another powerful story, another shocking twist, or another unforgettable journey. For years, Kai and Tan Songyun have existed at the center of admiration. Individually, they are icons of modern Chinese drama, beloved for their talent, humility, and emotional depth on screen. Together, they have long lived in the imagination of fans who sensed a rare chemistry that felt too natural to be entirely fictional. But a baby? That moves this story beyond speculation, beyond rumor, beyond fantasy. It moves it into the realm of life itself. According to sources now spreading rapidly across fan circles, the arrival was peaceful, private, and intentionally shielded from public view. No hospital photos. No official statements yet. Just whispers that grew louder with each passing hour until they could no longer be ignored. And perhaps that is what makes this moment so extraordinary. In an era where celebrity milestones are often shared instantly, this one was protected, guarded, lived first before being spoken about. Those close to the situation describe a quiet joy, the kind that does not need applause to feel complete. A beginning shaped not by headlines, but by intention. If true, it would suggest months of careful planning, emotional strength, and an unspoken agreement to place something precious above public curiosity. Kai has always carried the image of a man grounded beneath fame, someone who values loyalty, depth, and responsibility. Tan Songyun, known for her warmth and resilience, has long been admired for her emotional intelligence and grace under pressure. The idea of them stepping into parenthood together feels less like a shock and more like a natural evolution that simply unfolded away from the spotlight. Fans are now revisiting old interviews with new eyes. Moments that once felt ordinary suddenly feel meaningful. Subtle smiles, gentle answers about the future, a noticeable shift toward privacy. It is as if the clues were always there, hidden in plain sight. What adds another layer of emotion to this story is the symbolism of timing. A first child represents renewal, hope, and legacy. It reshapes priorities. It redefines success. For two people who have already achieved professional heights, this milestone speaks to something deeper. A choice to build a life, not just a career. And yet, amid the excitement, there is also respect. Many fans are not demanding proof or confirmation. Instead, there is an overwhelming wave of congratulations, warmth, and protective silence. A collective understanding that some moments deserve to be lived fully before they are explained. If confirmed, this would mark a new chapter not just for Kai and Tan Songyun, but for how modern celebrities navigate love and family. It would stand as a rare example of privacy preserved in an industry that thrives on exposure. As the hours pass, anticipation grows. Will there be a statement, a photo, a quiet acknowledgement? Or will the couple choose to let the moment remain theirs a little longer? Whatever comes next, one thing is already clear. This story has touched something universal. The idea that even under the brightest lights, some of the most meaningful moments happen softly. Away from cameras. Held close. A new life. Welcomed quietly. Two hearts stepping into a new role. And a world pausing, not to intrude, but to celebrate from a distance. If this truly is the beginning of Kai and Tan Songyun's journey as parents, then it is not just breaking news. It is a reminder that behind every famous name is a human story still unfolding. And this one may be their most beautiful chapter yet. And as the initial wave of astonishment settles, a deeper emotional current begins to surface. Because this story is no longer just about a headline. It is about transformation. If the reports are true, Kai and Tan Songyun have crossed a threshold that quietly changes everything. Parenthood is not a role that fades when the cameras stop. It is permanent, grounding, and profoundly reshaping. And that is why fans are responding not with chaos, but with reflection. There is something deeply moving about the possibility that, while the world debated scripts, awards, and rumored projects, an entirely different life was growing beyond the reach of public attention. A life that demanded patience, secrecy, and courage. A life that required two people to agree that love did not need witnesses to be real. Industry insiders now suggest that schedules may begin to make sense in retrospect. Carefully spaced appearances. Longer breaks between projects. A noticeable shift toward quieter, more selective choices. What once looked like coincidence now feels like design. And then there is the question of protection. To bring a child into the world under the weight of global attention is no small decision. It requires not just love, but strategy. It means choosing privacy in a culture that profits from exposure. It means drawing a line and holding it, even when curiosity grows loud. That choice alone has earned admiration. Many fans speak not in excitement, but in gratitude. Gratitude that their favorite stars may have found something real. Gratitude that joy was allowed to exist without performance. Gratitude that, for once, a celebrity story unfolded with dignity rather than spectacle. There is also a poetic symmetry to this moment. Kai and Tan Songyun built careers portraying love, struggle, sacrifice, and hope. Now, if these reports hold true, they are living a story that surpasses any script. One that has no retakes, no edits, no rehearsed lines, just responsibility, just devotion, just the quiet miracle of a new beginning. As anticipation continues to build, fans remain alert for any sign, any confirmation, any gentle acknowledgement. But there is also an unspoken agreement forming across the community. That if silence continues, it will be respected. That joy does not require proof to be celebrated. Because sometimes, the most powerful confirmation is not a photograph or a press release. It is the consistency of restraint. The shared understanding that something sacred is being protected. If this truly marks the arrival of their first child, then this is not the end of a story. It is the moment the story grows larger than fame, larger than fandom, larger than expectation. A child does not care about box office numbers or trending charts. A child cares about presence, about warmth, about being held. And perhaps that is the most beautiful part of this unfolding narrative. That two people who have spent their lives being watched may now be learning how to disappear, just a little, into something that matters more. As the days ahead reveal more or remain silent, one truth stands untouched. A new life has shifted the atmosphere. A future has quietly begun. And the world, for once, is watching with softened eyes.